Ooma.
What is that? Meditation?
I'm recommending the Ooma cloud phone system with auto attendant and more than 35 features.
Ooma?
Yep. Switching to Ooma is a cinch. Starts at $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Now you're feeling it. Visit Ooma.com. That's OOMA.com to learn more. Ooma. Smart communications for the smarter business.
Wofford & Wofford Plumbing can solve all of your septic problems. They have an electric sewer machine and camera to help locate and solve septic problems. Plus, they can handle all new construction, residential, and commercial plumbing, as well as repairs. Wofford & Wofford Plumbing. Call the office at 729-0014, and they can get you taken care of.
Hi, this is St. Louis Blues broadcaster Chris Kerber, and I want you to follow all the exciting action of the St. Louis Blues right here this season on your Ozark sports leader, KSMO Radio in Salem, Missouri. They've been one of the longest-running St. Louis Blues affiliates, and if you can't make it to the game, the next best thing is listening right here. It's KSMO Radio in Salem, Missouri, your radio home for the St. Louis Blues hockey.
Good afternoon and welcome to KSMO Radio. Currently outside our studios, we have cloudy skies. Our winds are anywhere from, say 15 to 35 miles per hour. It's a wild day out there. That's the current situation. Now let's look at your forecast. We will be under a wind advisory that is in effect from now until midnight tonight. Your forecast indicates that rain and snow and freezing drizzle, we could have that before 1 o'clock, then areas of snow and freezing drizzle between 1 and 4, then a slight chance of snow after 4 p.m. today. Chance of precipitation is 80% with little or no ice accumulation expected. Total daytime snow accumulation of less than ½ an inch is possible. Temperatures will be falling to around 20 degrees by 5 p.m. Will be breezy with westerly winds anywhere from 15 to 25 miles per hour with gusts as high as, say, 39, 40 miles per hour. Wind chill values as low as 3 degrees. Tonight we have a slight chance of snow before 7 p.m., then a chance of flurries between 7 and 8. Chance of precipitation tonight is 20%. Skies will be cloudy, but gradually they'll become partly cloudy with a low temperature around 16 degrees. Will be breezy with a westerly wind 21 to 26 miles per hour tonight, decreasing to 13 to 18 miles per hour after midnight. And winds could gust as high as 43 miles per hour. Our wind chill values will be as low as a -2 degrees. Tomorrow should be mostly sunny. It'll be cold with temperatures rising to near 18 degrees by noontime, then falling to around 12 degrees during the remainder of the day. Winds will be out of the west at 11 to 15 miles per hour with gusts as high as 24 miles per hour. And our wind chill value tomorrow is as low as a -4 degrees. Tomorrow night will be mostly cloudy with a low temperature around a -4 degrees. Wind chills will be a -25 degrees as we'll have northwesterly winds 15 to 18 miles per hour. Those winds may gust as high as 29 miles per hour. Sunday we have a 3 in 10 chance of snow showers during the afternoon with partly cloudy skies. It'll be cold with a high temperature Sunday only near 11 degrees. Winds will be out of the northwest at 10 to 17 miles per hour with gusts as high as 25 miles per hour. Sunday night, we have a 50-50 chance of snow showers with mostly cloudy skies, low around 0. Monday is Martin Luther King Day. Will be mostly cloudy and cold with a high temperature near 13. Monday night will be mostly cloudy with low temperature around a -4 degrees. Then Tuesday, mostly sunny. It'll be cold, and we'll have a high temperature again near 13 degrees. Then Tuesday night, mostly clear skies are in the forecast with a low temperature around 2 degrees. Wednesday should be sunny, and our high temperature will be near 33 degrees. Almost sounds balmy after these negative temperatures and teens and what have you. Well, then Wednesday night will be mostly cloudy with a low around 17, and Thursday we should be partly sunny on Thursday with a high temperature near 32 degrees. And that is your noon hour weather update brought to you by all of us here at KSMO, where it's now time for the Brownfield Commentary and Midday Livestock Report.
I love getting feedback from my commentaries. Hello, everyone. I'm Cindy Young with Brownfield, and this is my 2 cents. Whether or not you agree with what I have written or said is beside the point. If we were all in agreement on everything, it would certainly be a boring world. Thank you to everyone who has taken the time to send an email or letter to let me know what you think about the opinion that I present. If you respond to what I've said, I assume that I've touched on a subject for which you have great passion, and so I expect the feedback I receive from you to be fueled by that passion. I do not, however, expect grown men, older than my father, to send emails rife with personal attacks against me. Disagree with me, I respect that, but behave like a 10-year-old bully who needs his mouth washed out with soap, and I will disregard your words as would any intelligent being. I share this with you because I believe this is one of those teachable moments for those of us who are trying to tell our story to those generations removed from the farm. Groups and individuals whose aim it is to bring an end to production agriculture in this country will not be derailed if we resort to childish bullying and name-calling. The majority of the people in this country who would side against America's farmers are intelligent but simply misinformed individuals. Activist groups are well-funded, passionate, committed, and smart. Many people, even in our rural communities, have an unrealistic perception of agriculture. People are afraid of what they do not know. Trying to break through the wall of misinformation these people have been fed can be frustrating. Be patient, be transparent, be clear, and above all, be respectful. I'm Cindy Young with Brownfield, and that's my 2 cents.
One smile is great, but one smile in a community of smiles is so much better. A smile has a secret power that most people don't know about. A smile multiplies. It spreads from one person to the next, stretching across entire groups of people. Smile Train knows this and is proud to be creating a wave of smiles across the cleft lip and palate community in over 70 countries. Patients, doctors, advocates, fundraisers. Collectively, our smiles are a celebration of the transformed lives of over 1.5 million children. Learn how Smile Train is helping the cleft lip and palate community at smiletrain.org/learn. Smile Train, changing the world one smile at a time.
Just inside of half court. Bang! Bang! At the buzzer! He climbed the elevator, caught it with 2 hands, and flushed it on the way down. Scooped up, thrown up, off the backboard and in, and Missouri wins!
This is your radio home for Mizzou basketball.
The Bragging Rights Trophy is coming to Como, folks.
The Central Bank Tiger Network from Learfield.
Run out to the rim, and he flushed it.
Another slow start for direct cash cattle business, and cash hogs are lower at midday. Hello, I'm Megan Grebner with your Brownfield Livestock Market Report. Direct cash cattle trade activity remains quiet. Bids are slow to surface. Asking prices are around $174 plus live in the south and $275 plus dressed in the north. This latest round of severe winter weather could mean business won't take place in parts of cattle country today. So far this week, there's just been some light trade. Deals in the north have been marked at anywhere from $272 to $275. The lesser prices are about $2 below the previous week's weighted averages, and the high end was about steady. More business could develop, but it could also be deterred by weather concerns. Box beef is higher at midday on solid demand for moderate offerings. Choice up $3.69 at $289.58. Select is $208 higher at $272.02. At the Mitchell Livestock Auction in South Dakota, feeder steers up to 650 pounds sold on a steady to higher undertone. Feeders 650 to 800 pounds were $8 to $10 lower. Steers 800 to 1,050 pounds were steady to $5 lower. Feeder heifers up to 700 pounds sold with a lower undertone. Heifer 700 to 950 pounds sold $6 to $11 lower. The USDA says demand was fair. Medium and large one feeder steers 759 to 791 pounds brought $223 to $233.50. Feeder steers 850 to 894 pounds brought $212 to $229. Medium and large on feeder heifers 710 to 741 pounds brought $215 to $217.50. Cash hogs are lower at midday with very light negotiated purchases. Winter weather is a factor across much of the middle of the country right now. Heavy snow totals and blizzard-like conditions make doing business less attractive. Prices reflect that. This could also push hog weights higher again next week. Barrows and gilts at the National Daily Direct were down 97 cents with a weighted average of $44.55. Prices at the regional direct markets were not reported due to confidentiality. Midwest butcher hog markets are closed today because of the severe winter weather. At Illinois, slaughter-style prices were steady with moderate demand for light offerings at $25 to $37. Barrows and gilts were steady with moderate demand for moderate offerings at $25 to $35. And pork values are higher at midday, up $2.97 at $87.51. There were strength in all the primals, but butts and bellies are leading the way. I'm Megan Grebner for Brownfield.
Put a frog in boiling water and it'll jump right out. But put a frog in cool water and slowly heat it up, that frog will boil. As veterans, we tell ourselves the lie that we can handle anything. We let the water boil. You are not a frog. If you or a veteran you know needs support, don't wait. Reach out. Find resources at va.gov/reach. That's va.gov/reach. Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
Some people won't give you the real talk on drugs, but it's time we know the facts. Fentanyl is killing people. It's a powerful opioid, often made illegally and commonly mixed with illicit drugs. It can even be pressed into counterfeit pills that resemble prescription medications. Just 2 milligrams, about the size of a few grains of sand, can potentially be lethal. This isn't an ad to scare you, but it is an ad to make you think twice. Get the facts. Go to realdealonfentanyl.com. This message is brought to you by the Ad Council.
That has been the Brownfield Commentary Midday Livestock Report. It is now time to take a look at updated funeral announcements being brought to you as a courtesy of Your World Today. Serving Salem and Dane County for over 30 years, Your World Today is 4 pages of information that would take you about 5 minutes to read, and they're available in over 40 locations in Salem and in Bunker, and online at our website, KSMOradio.com. Your World Today. Be sure and pick one up every weekday or check it out online. Arthur Richard Williams, age 93 of Salem, passed away Tuesday, January 9th. Funeral services for Art Williams will be Saturday morning at 11 at the Oak Grove Baptist Church. Visitation for family and friends of Art Williams will be Saturday morning as well from 10 o'clock until service time at 11. Memorials may be, burial to be in the Hooker Cemetery, and memorials may be made to the Hooker Cemetery. Envelopes will be available, and all arrangements for Arthur Richard Williams of Salem are under the direction of the Wilson Mortuary of Salem. George Earl Reagan of Licking passed away Monday, January 8th at the age of 81 years. A funeral mass for George Reagan will be Saturday morning at 11 at the St. John the Baptist Catholic Church in Licking. Visitation will also be held at the church Saturday morning from 10 o'clock until service time at 11. And to amend the O'Malley Cemetery. And all arrangements for George Earl Reagan of Licking are under the direction of the Fox Funeral Home of Licking. Sandra K. Smith, age 73 of Salem, passed away January 8th. Funeral services for Sandra Smith will be Saturday at 1 o'clock at the Wilson Mortuary, Salem Chapel, with visitation for family and friends also Saturday from 11 a.m. until service time at 1 o'clock at the Wilson Chapel. Burial will be in the Boss Cemetery. Memorials may be made to the Salem Pentecostal Church of God. Envelopes will be available, and all arrangements for Sandra K. Smith of Salem are under the direction of the Wilson Mortuary of Salem. Susan Sentner passed away December 25th at the age of 67 years. Funeral services for Susan Sentner will be Saturday, January 13th at 4 p.m. at the James Gar Chapel in Rolla, with visitation also Saturday afternoon starting at 2 and continuing till service time at 4 o'clock. Memorials are suggested at the Russell House, and all arrangements for Susan Sentner are under the direction of the James Garr Mortuary of Rolla. Well, that has been a look at updated funeral announcements brought to you as a courtesy of Your World Today. Your World Today is the only daily news flyer in Dent County. It is available in over 40 locations in Salem and in Bunker. And be sure and check out Your World Today online at our website, KSMOradio.com. Your World Today has been serving Dent County for over 30 years, and the best part about it is absolutely free.
Out of town and want to know what's going on in Salem, how the Salem Tigers did, or who may have passed away? There's only one way to get that information quickly, and that's by going to Your World Today online. Go to KSMOradio.com and click on the Your World Today button, and you'll get the latest edition online, or check out the Your World Today archives. And if you are in town, pick one up in any of the 30-plus locations in Salem and Bunker. Your World Today, they're free!
It is now time to take a look at local news, and it's being brought to you by Southwest Baptist University's Salem campus. SBU's Salem campus provides quality higher education close to home for residents of the surrounding area. For more on degrees and programs, stop by SBU Salem campus today at 501 South Grand Street or call 573-729-7071. Well, first up, let's look at the cancellations, postponements, and schedule adjustments for Wednesday. No, let's do it for Friday, January 12th. Copy I have in front of me says Wednesday. I guess somebody erred just a little bit. Well, let's look at those cancellations, postponements, and schedule changes. Salem Tiger basketball tonight at Houston has been postponed. No makeup date has yet been sent. Updated cancellations can also be found on KSMOradio.com website on the splash page under closures. An accident occurred this morning at 740 in Phelps County on westbound I-44 at the 189-mile marker. According to the Highway Patrol report, a 2014 Dodge 1500 van being driven by 45-year-old Sevgen Kostner of Wheaton, Illinois, skidded across the center line and struck a 2020 GMC Acadia being driven by 48-year-old Michael Smith of St. James. The GMC then struck the concrete barrier and came to rest in the roadway. Smith was taken by Phelps Health EMS to Phelps Health Hospital for treatment of minor injuries. The GMC was totaled and removed from the scene by CNC Towing. The Dodge van had extensive damage but was able to be driven from the scene. The report stated that both drivers were wearing seat restraints at the time of the accident. An accident occurred Thursday night just before midnight on westbound I-44 at the 172.6-mile marker. According to the Highway Patrol report, a 2004 Chevy Avalanche being driven by 23-year-old Sierra Davis of Rogersville, Missouri, was struck from the behind by a tractor-trailer that then left the scene. This caused the Avalanche to travel off the right side of the interstate before striking a rock bluff and overturning. Davis suffered moderate injuries and was taken to Phelps Health Hospital. The Chevrolet was totaled and removed from the scene by Dishman's Towing. The Dent County Sheriff's Office has released several reports. On Monday, the 8th of January, a deputy took information for a forgery report. The victim, a 70-year-old Salem man, said a check he had written had been altered and forged. The incident occurred in Texas County and was referred to the Licking Police Department for investigation. The next day, Tuesday the 9th, the deputy conducted a traffic stop on North Pershing Street, and during the stop, the driver, a 58-year-old Salem man, was found to be in the possession of suspected methamphetamine. The narcotics were confiscated, and the investigation is ongoing. Later that same day, a deputy responded to the 3500 block of Highway 00 for a reported property dispute. The reporting party, a 59-year-old Rolla man, told deputies that a neighbor had trespassed on his property and continued to cause issues over a long-standing land dispute. Later that same day, a deputy conducted a traffic stop on South Highway 19. During the course of the stop, suspected methamphetamine was located in the vehicle after a consent search was conducted. The narcotics were confiscated, and the investigation is ongoing. On Wednesday the 10th, deputies from the Dent County Sheriff's Office assisted the Phelps County Sheriff's Office in the service of an arrest warrant in the 7100 block of Highway FF. The suspect, a 34-year-old Salem man, was taken into custody without incident and transported to the Phelps County Jail. If you have any information regarding any investigation, please contact the Denton County Sheriff's Office at 573-729-3241. The Denton County Commission met Thursday morning at the courthouse. Grant Wilson from Jason Smith's office was in attendance and told the Commission the Ways and Means Committee is discussing the nonprofit exempt status of some universities who are not condemning the anti-Semitic actions at the university. The committee is considering revoking their 501c3 status. He also said the committee will be holding a hearing on an act to keep President Biden from eliminating or reducing TANF funds that help support pregnancy resource centers. In the road report, District 1 Commissioner Wes Mowbray said crews will be repairing equipment for the extreme cold weather ahead and making sure it is ready to go if bad weather hits. While District 2 Commissioner Gary Polk said rock would be added and spread on Denton County Road 3200, while brush would be cut on County Road 3300. Workers will also be repairing trucks number 72 and number 68, and a driver is hauling granite chips to the shed to stockpile for the chip and seal repair later this year. Presiding Commissioner Gary Larson said he would be attending the Phelps County PHA meeting last night and MRPC meeting. He said Trim Lights, who installed the Christmas lights on the courthouse, is still working out a few bugs, repairing some wiring issues so that all the lights can be properly programmed. Denton County Clerk Angie Curley reported that the Commission continues to work on the budget, and a tentative budget will be available for the public in her office on Thursday, January 18th. Curley said the April municipal election will be Tuesday, April 2nd from 6 in the morning till 7 that evening. The last day to register for that election will be March 6th. Absentee voting will begin February 20th. March 19th will be the first day for no excuse to absentee voting. March 20th will be the last day to mail out a ballot, and Monday, April 1st will be the last day to vote absentee. She also wanted to remind voters that if you have recently moved, had a name change, or had problems last year when you voted, to make sure you check and update your registration in her office in the courthouse. At the last meeting, Liz Condry from SACBO told the Commission about the Smithsonian exhibit Crossroads, Change in Rural America, a museum on Main Street that will be at the Ozark Natural and Cultural Resource Center March 23rd through May the 4th. The 7-piece installation will be delivered and then assembled at the ONCRC for viewing. The courthouse will be closed for Martin Luther King Day Monday, so the next meeting of the Denton County Commissioners will be Thursday, January 18th at 9 o'clock. Volunteers for AARP will be conducting free tax filing assistance at the Salem Community Center at the Armory again this year. This free tax filing assistance will begin Friday, February 2nd, and continue every Friday until April 5th. Appointments can be made by calling the Salem Community Center at 573-729-8163. This local service is provided entirely by AARP trained volunteers and will be the 20th year that Healthy Denton County has partnered with AARP to provide this free tax service to our community. AARP Foundation tax aid volunteers are trained in filing certain tax forms and schedules, including the Form 1040. However, the Volunteer Protection Act requires that our volunteers stay in the scope of the program. If counselors feel they do not have adequate knowledge or your return is too complex, you may need to seek another qualified counselor or paid tax assistance. Items you will need to bring with you to have your tax returns prepared include proof of identification, such as a picture ID, Social Security cards for you, your spouse, and dependents, or a Social Security number for the verification letter issued by the Social Security Administration. You should also bring birth dates for you, your spouse, and dependents on the tax return. Also needed are wage and earning statements from W-2, W-2G, 1099-R, 1099-MISC from all employers, year-end Social Security statements showing total Social Security received and Medicare payments, and interest and dividend statements from banks. Those are Forms 1099. You should bring a copy of last year's federal and state returns, if available, plus proof of bank account routing numbers and account numbers for direct deposits, such as a blank check or deposit slip. To file taxes electronically on a married filing joint tax return, both spouses must be present to sign the required forms. The Salem Community Center at the Armory is located 1200 West Rollo Road, and again, appointments can be made by calling 573-729-8163. The Missouri Public Service Commission, the North American Numbering Plan Administration, and the telecommunications industry remind customers to continue preparing for a new area code, which will be 235 in the current 573 area code in Missouri. As part of that process, customers should prepare for 10-digit local dialing. The 235 area code will be added as an overlay of the 573 region. An overlay is the addition of another area code to the same geographic region served by the existing area code, which is 573. An overlay does not require customers to change their existing area code, but does require customers to dial the area code to complete local calls. A 6-month permissive dialing period is now underway to give consumers adequate time to adjust to the dialing changes. During this period, local calls can be made with either 7 or 10 digits, and all calls that are local will continue to be local even though you dial 10 digits. Beginning February 24th, of this year, all local calls made within the 573 area code must be placed using 10 digits, the area code plus a 7-digit telephone number. On and after that date, calls placed using just 7 digits will not be completed. Starting on March 24th, new telephone lines or services may be assigned numbers using the new 235 area code. And that's been a look at local news. It was brought to you by SBU Salem campus at 501 South Grand Street, where they offer degrees in nursing, which is an RN Bridge program, criminal justice, and elementary education. For more about SBU Salem campus, contact admission counselor Chris Welch at 573-729-7071.
Southwest Baptist University campus in Salem provides quality higher education close to home for residents of Dent County and the surrounding areas. The classes at SBU Salem campus are taught in the afternoon and evenings, making a degree attainable for people who are in the workforce or can't afford to go off to get a degree. We offer degrees in nursing, which is an RN Bridge program, criminal justice, elementary education. For more information on the degrees and programs, please contact admissions counselor Chris Welch to schedule an appointment as a prospective or returning student. You may call 573-729-7071.
We are Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance, and we're here for all of life's wins. Like when you get a new car, or new boat, or new driver, or when your son moves out but your mom moves in, or you find out you're expecting again, or when one rental property turns into 2, then 20, or you realize they're all in Tornado Alley. Life is full of life events. Make sure you have the right policy for each of life's wins.
A life event could qualify you for a discount. Call me, Willie Strader, your Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance agent, and we will make sure you have the coverage you need.
Have you seen Town Screen yet? It's one of the most affordable ways to get your message out in the community. With strategically placed vertical screens in numerous locations in Salem, check it out at the American Legion Post number 99, Looking Glass Salon, Salem Senior Center, and McCoy Vision Clinic, just to name a few. Find out more about how you can use Town Screen for everything local. Stop by 800 South Main or call 636-338-1199. Hometown created and maintained, Town Screen in Salem.
It is now time to take a look at local and regional sports, being brought to you by your Ozark sports leader, KSMO. Chloe Jones finished with 30 points as the Willow Springs Lady Bears battled back to beat the Salem Tigers Thursday night 52-49. Salem was led by Faith Kaminsky with 20 points, followed by Emily Strange with 17 more. Salem falls to 4-12 on the season and 1-1 in the SCA Conference. The Salem Lady Basketball Tigers will host the Owensville Dutch Girls Tuesday night, starting with the JV game at 5:30 with the varsity game to follow. The Missouri Tigers will play South Carolina Saturday afternoon at 2 o'clock. Missouri's 8-7 on the year and 0-2 in the SEC Conference. Jordan Cairo had the hat trick as the St. Louis Blues beat the New York Rangers Thursday night 5-2. Brandon Saad and Pavel Puknedovich also scored for the Blues, who will host the Boston Bruins Saturday night at 6:30. Kansas City Chiefs will be hosting the Miami Dolphins Saturday night, 7 on the Wild Card weekend. Both teams are 11-6 going into the game. It will be televised only on Peacock Network, which is a video streaming subscription service. The winner will play the winner of the Buffalo-Pittsburgh game. And that's been sports, brought to you by KSMO. Stay tuned for a look at sports from the Missouri Net.
Missouri Net Sports, I'm Bill Pollock. Jordan Cairo scored a hat trick. Jordan Binnington made 40 saves, and the Blues scored twice on the power play, beating the New York Rangers 5-2, but interim coach Drew Bannister still not pleased.
I didn't like our team at all 5-on-5 for the majority of the game. You know, the performance of Binner and our power play, being able to score 2 goals. I don't know if we get out of here with 2 points.
The Blues are 8-4 since Bannister took over. They play the Bruins tomorrow night. Women's basketball, Missouri State won their 7th in a row. They stay undefeated in Missouri Valley play at 4-0 after a blowout win, 94-66 over Bradley State. Mizzou trailed South Carolina by 5 midway through the third quarter. They couldn't keep up with the number 1 team in the country. Tigers lose to the Gamecocks 81-57 for South Carolina, their 65th straight regular season win. The last time they lost, December of 2021. At Mizzou in overtime. The Mizzou men will host South Carolina tomorrow, trying to avoid a 3-game losing streak as they try to get their first win in SEC play. Dennis Gates looking for the crowd to pump them up.
The excitement in our fans, it helped us last season. And there were some close games against teams, no matter where they were ranked at in our conference, no matter what the conference record was, our crowd made a difference, and it's going to be the same.
Chiefs and Dolphins tomorrow night. It's the first wild card game for the Chiefs as they try their title defense.
Everybody believes they can win the Super Bowl. So this is when the best football is played, and it's all the mistakes are magnified, but all the successes are magnified. And so you just go out there with the mentality, I'm taking one play at a time, put my best effort forward, and see what happens.
The Cardinals reached 1-year deals with Dylan Carlson, Ryan Helsley, and they will have an arbitration hearing with Tommy Edman. The Texas Rangers signed former catcher Andrew Kisner as a backup after the Cardinals released him. And the Cardinals Caravan running through Missouri today and tomorrow. Winter warm-up in St. Louis this weekend. Bill Pollock, Missouri Net.
The Missouri Department of Health and Senior Services needs your help building a safer environment for older adults and adults with disabilities. Some forms of abuse, such as financial exploitation, neglect, and bullying, are often overlooked. If you believe someone is experiencing abuse, call Missouri's Adult Abuse and Neglect Hotline at 800-392-0210 or report online at health.mo.gov/abuse. Together we can stop adult abuse. It's a crime.
We are definitely different than most long-term care facilities. Our entire purpose is to serve the veteran.
The nurses and the help that we have here, they're just such wonderful people. And I really appreciate the kindness and the natural people that they are. Well, I don't know how they could choose any place better.
Missouri's veterans' homes are now accepting admissions. Visit mvc.dps.mo.gov.
Office. Have you seen Townscreen yet? It's one of the most affordable ways to get your message out in the community. With strategically placed vertical screens in numerous locations in Salem, check it out at the Salem Community Center at the Armory, Aranda's Mexican Restaurant, and Taxmasters, just to name a few. Find out more about how you can use Townscreen for everything local. Stop by 800 South Main or call 636-338-1199. Hometown created and maintained. Townscreen in Salem.
Did you know there is someone at your local hospital who can help you manage and understand the challenges of today's healthcare decisions? I'm Lisa Delaney, Director of Social Services at Salem Memorial District Hospital. If you have questions about Medicare or Medicaid, rehabilitation services, long-term care placement, or advanced healthcare planning, call me at 573-729-6626 to discuss your needs. We are committed to every patient, every encounter, every time.
At Country Mart in Salem, you'll find gluten-free, organic, and diabetic products. They also have fresh produce, quality meats, a bakery, and a full-service deli that serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Have you joined the Country Mart e-Club yet? You'll receive exclusive offers, weekly specials, and special sale items through your email. It's free to join, and for more information about the e-Club, go to www.tcmarkets.com. It's just another service from Country Mart in Salem.
Stay right here on KSMO Radio. We've got Missouri Net News coming up shortly. And then after the top of the 1 o'clock hour, I'll be back with your latest KSMO weather forecast.
And just inside of half court, bang! Bang! At the buzzer! He climbed the elevator, caught it with two hands, and flushed it on the way down.
C.
Scooped up, thrown up, off the backboard and in, and Missouri wins!
This is your radio home for Mizzou basketball.
The Bragging Rights Trophy is coming to Como, folks.
The Central Bank Tiger Network from Learfield.
Run out to the rim, and he flushed it.
You're all set with your Medicare prescriptions, Mrs. Brown.
This is not just low-cost copays at Walgreens.
I can actually help you set up 90-day refills if you want.
This is having a partner you can trust. Get low-cost copays, 90-day refills, and delivery from your neighborhood Walgreens. This is being independent. Together. Walgreens.
Restrictions apply. For details, see walgreens.com/pharmacy.
The 4 R's of nutrient stewardship are time-tested strategies for sustainable farming that protect Missouri land and wildlife while improving your on-farm results. When we apply the right source of fertilizer at the right rate, at the right time, and in the right place, our farms, resources, and communities thrive. Talk to your retailer about 4R nutrient stewardship today. Learn more at mofcb.com.
Jackson Hewitt has a plan to get your tax refund fast with a buck here, buck there. Here a buck, there a buck, everywhere a buck.
You don't have to wait weeks for your tax refund. Get money sooner with a no-fee refund advance loan at Jackson Hewitt.
On this loan, there's a money today guarantee. E-I-E-I-DO.
Don't settle for chicken feed. Get fast bucks at Jackson Hewitt today. No-fee refund advance loans by Republic Bank offered to eligible clients. Money today guarantee if approved for a loan on a prepaid card. Details at jacksonhewitt.com.
Missouri Net News, I'm Cameron Connor. Watch out for dangerously cold weather this weekend. Forecasters predict it will linger through the first portion of next week, with daytime highs Saturday predicted to be in the teens, with overnight lows possibly plunging below zero for the next several days. Lydia Jaja, a meteorologist at the National Weather Service, advises you to prepare by layering up.
Make sure you start your car a little bit early, let it run a little bit before you get going. If you live in an apartment complex or a landlord, whoever, follow their recommendations on what to turn your thermostat to, because as it gets really cold for prolonged periods, pipes can burst.
Make sure your car is equipped with an emergency kit in case you get stuck. It should have an extra flashlight, an ice scraper, food, and a blanket. In other news, and ironically, the University of Missouri Extension is reporting that September through November 2023 is being recognized as Earth's warmest such period on record. The report uses historical climate data dating back to 1850 from NOAA. State climatologist Zach Leeser says that Missouri experienced the third warmest on record dating back to 1895. This is Missouri Net News.